Oh, hey, come on in. What's up, everybody? It's Katie here, and welcome back to my kitchen. Today, we are making a fan favorite and one of my childhood favorites, bagel pizza bites. But here at Come On In, we gotta healthify it, of course. So what we're doing here is actually creating the base, the bagel of the pizza bite with my viral cottage cheese bagel recipe. It's so delicious and it's only a couple ingredients. So that's how we are going to start. I have my oven preheated at 375 and I'm gonna need all the other toppings for the pizza bites, like the mozzarella, the red sauce, a little bit later, but we're gonna start to make the dough. And if you guys have not seen the viral recipe that I made with the bagels, it's like the 3-ingredient cottage cheese bagels. You're like, okay, what the heck? But this is so freaking good. It has the best texture. So what we're gonna do is first start with that dough. I have 1 cup of flour right here. And then I'm gonna just toss in 1 cup of cottage cheese. And if you're not a cottage cheese fan, you literally will have no idea that cottage cheese is even in this, I promise. Then we're gonna do a little bit of salt. It's gonna look at first like it's like, oh my gosh, it needs more moisture. But once you really get in there, it's gonna be great. Okay, and then because this is pizza dough turning into a bagel bite, I'm just gonna pop in some onion powder and garlic powder as well. Just equal parts flour to cottage cheese. Now, it's gonna look a little bit separated, and that's why the kneading is really important. So before I start to knead the dough, I'm gonna take off my wedding ring here, and I want it to get nasty. And when you take off the ring, so you know I mean business. The reason I also love this bagel recipe so much is because you don't have to wait for the flour to rise at all. So it's really great in that sense where it's efficient, but you still have to knead. You only need to knead for like 2 to 3 minutes just to make sure, you know, there's no air in there. I just laid out on my clean surface some flour right here. So you just need a little bit of extra flour. And then what I'm gonna do is just place the dough right there. I'm not a huge bread baker, to be fully honest, but what I do know about kneading, the simplest way is use the bottom of those hands right there, press down, and then fold the dough back in together. And every, I would say, 2 folds in, just do a little bit more flour. You don't want that dough to stick like that. And look at that, cottage cheese and flour. Who knew it could be a bagel bite dough? Okay. So the dough is done and ready to go. I am just using, I just got like flour all over me. I'm using a mini muffin tray. You guys can literally just use, you know, the dough straight on a cookie sheet, whatever is easier. But I thought this was a good idea so that the bagel kind of comes up on the side so it can hold that red sauce and mozzarella. So what we're gonna do, you guys can use some olive oil or avocado spray, but I'm just gonna take a cooking brush and make sure that all of these little muffin cups are well coated. So what I like to do is just about almost 1 inch in circumference right here. Make the dough into a circle with your palm. I'm just gonna press down right there. Take the dough and then just shove it right in that muffin tray and make sure some of the ends are lifted up. All in the muffin tray right here. Next step, I'm just gonna crack an egg. And honestly, if you guys just had that like liquid egg white, that's totally okay too if you don't wanna waste a whole egg. What I like to do is just take a little bit of egg wash. And again with my brush, this just helps coat the bagels a little bit. Just takes an extra 10 seconds to go through and coat them with that egg wash. All right, now let's pop these babies in the oven. All right, now after 15 minutes, actually to be exact, like 14 minutes at 375, the dough is not fully done yet. I would say it needs another 3 to 4 minutes, but that is why we're gonna put it back in the oven after we put the red sauce, the marinara sauce, and the mozzarella on top. So let's do it. Now the fun begins. So super simple from here, really quick and easy, only like 5 more minutes left. I'm just gonna fill each one with a little bit of marinara sauce. Just a tiny bit right here. And I love that this muffin tray just made sure that there was a tiny bit of a crevice to be able to put the red sauce and the mozzarella in. So then I'm just gonna take some mozzarella on top. And because we love some greenery here, I'm just gonna do some dried parsley on top. All right, you guys, now let's pop these babies back in the oven just for a few minutes. Look at this, you guys. Healthified bagel pizza bites. Are you freaking kidding me? Gorgeous, darling, gorgeous. I'm so excited. All right, then I'm just gonna top it off with a little bit of flaky sea salt. Gorgeous. And yes, I like things salty. These look so good and so much better than anything store-bought and processed, because why I love making anything that I love, say your favorite childhood snack, even healthified, but also homemade, you know the ingredients that are exactly going in. There's no chemicals, there's no BS. Look at that. All right, now let's taste test. It's still really hot, but. Oh my gosh. That is so good. Look at the inside of this. It's like doughy but crispy. And because there's cottage cheese in here, there's more protein. So it's a win-win. Hope you guys love these. You can make them the next time your friends come over. They're great just as a snack if you guys have the time, maybe midday, maybe you prep the dough beforehand. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you next Tuesday for a new episode of Come On In.